So now we'll see more results on operations of sets. So now we'll see more results on the operation of sets. So we have already seen A minus B and B minus A. These were the important results that we already seen. So as we know that A minus B will be equal to A minus A intersection B. Similarly, B minus A is B minus A intersection B. So we have already seen these two results. Now the next and one more result we have seen, that is of symmetric difference. That is A symmetric difference B is A minus B union B minus A. So these results we have already seen. Now we'll see the next result, that is N of A union B. So N of A union B is the number of elements which are either in A or B or both. A union B means what? A union B means the elements which are there in either A or B or both. This is what is said to be as the A union B. So that A union B will be equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. This is what we mean by N of A union B. That is N of A, that is number of elements of set A, plus N of B, that is number of elements of set B, minus the number of elements which are there in both A and B. Why we are subtracting A intersection B is because if we will understand this by the with the help of the figure. If you are talking about the two sets A and B, like suppose if we take two sets, this A and B, these are the two sets. If you are talking about these two sets, then this region is said to be as the A intersection B, right? Because this is the region which is common in both A and B. So A intersection B means the region which is there in either A or B. Region which is there in both A and B. That is A. So this region is said to be as the A intersection B. So now, if you are talking about the number of elements of set A, it means we are counting. It means we are counting all the elements on this set. That is all the elements of this set. We are counting all these elements. And if you are talking about the number of elements of set B, then it means we are counting all the elements of this set. It means this common region is counted two times, as you can already see with the help of this with this example, that are the region which is there in A, I have colored it with the pink color, and the region which is there in B, I have colored it with the grey color. So this common region is coming in both A and B. It means if you are taking this number of elements of set A, so this whole region is counted, inclusive of the region which is there in both A and B. And if you are talking about the set B, then again this whole region of B is to be counted inclusive of the region which is there in both A and B. It means this region is inclusive in both the cases. This region is counted in this set A also, and it is counted in set B also. So it means we need to subtract this region one time, because it is counted two times. Once it is counted in set A, and second time it is counted in set B. So definitely we need to subtract one time, because we need to count this region only one time. So that is what we mean by the A union B. Because suppose if you are taking let's say set A, which are having the elements, let's say 1, 2 and 3, and if you are taking set B, which are having elements, let's say 2, 3 and 4. So definitely if you are talking about A union B, what we need to do, we need to take the elements of set A and B both, that is 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, we need to take the elements of B also, that is 2, 3 and 4. But this 2 and 3 has come two times. So accordingly, we need to subtract one time. So accordingly, then we will get the A union B properly. That is, A union B is 1, 2, A union B is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Because the elements which are common should be counted only one time. We cannot count them two times. Because if we count two times, it is of no use to count them two times, because both are the same elements. Like if you take set A and B here, then 2 is there in set A also, and 2 is there in set B also. So there is no sense in counting two times. We only need to count one time. So accordingly, similarly, we need to count 3 only one time. So from this we can understand that this elements 1, 2, 3, 4 are either in A or B or in both. So we can consider it like this. So that's why we are doing here that thing only. That is A union B is elements which are there in A plus elements which are there in B minus elements which are there in both A and B. So because the number of elements which are there in both A and B is counted here also, and it is counted here also. So definitely we need to subtract it one time. So accordingly we will get A union B. So now we'll see the similarly we'll see the next result. So this is the result. This is the very important result we have seen. So now similarly we see the next result. Now if we take if let's say both A and B are disjoint sets, like suppose if we take this this universal set in which suppose if we take two sets, this A and B, we'll take these two sets. So now as you see here, both A and B are disjoint set. Disjoint set means there is nothing common in both. So that's why I have made these two figures separately. So there is nothing common in this. So if A and B are disjoint set, definitely in this case A intersection B, that is n number of elements of A intersection B will be 0, because there will be no elements which are common in both A and B, because A and B are disjoint set. In that case, the number of elements of A union B will be equal to n of A plus n of B only. It means if you are talking about the number of elements of both of A union B means the number of elements which are there in both, the number of elements which are there in either A or B or both. As we see that both are disjoint set, so there is no common elements of A and B. Means A and B does not have any element which is common. So accordingly we need to take the number of elements which are either in A plus the number of elements which are either in B. So it means we need to take the elements of A and elements of B, because there is nothing common. So it means both are disjoint sets. So it means their intersection part will be equal to 0. So in that case, the number of elements of A union B will be equal to the number of elements of A plus the number of elements of. This is what we mean by the disjoint sets. Now similarly, if we take we'll see one more operation, and that operation is number of elements of A union B union C. Now we have taken three sets, that is A, B and C. So in this case, the number of elements of A union B union C will be equal to the number of elements of A plus the number of elements of B plus the number of elements of C minus the number of elements of A intersection B minus the number of elements of B intersection C minus the number of elements of C intersection A plus the number of elements of A intersection B intersection C. So this is the new result, next result on the operation of sets. Now how we got this result is, now we can again understand this by the help of an example. Now we'll take one universal set, and in this we'll take three sets, A, B and C. So accordingly we have taken three sets, A, B and C. Now so let's take this set as A, B and C. Now if we are talking about the number of elements of A union B union C, means the number of elements which are either in A, either in B, either in C, or either they are in A and B both, or they are in B or C, B and C both, or they are in A and C both, or they are in all three sets, that is A, B and C. So this is what we mean by A union B union C. A union B union C means this whole region. These three circles will represent A union B union C. Now here we are taking the number of elements of A, B and C minus we are subtracting the number of elements of A intersection B. Why? Because same thing as we have seen in the previous result. If you are talking about the number of elements of this set A, and now if we talk about the number of elements of set B, so this common region has been counted two times in A and B both. So definitely we need to subtract one time. So that's why we are subtracting A intersection B. Similarly, in the third case also we are doing the same thing. That is, if you are talking about if you are talking about this third set C, it means we are taking this whole region C. So this whole region that is common in that is common in A and C. We need to subtract that region, because if you are talking about, because as we already seen here that in case of A and B, this common region has been taken two times. So that's why we have subtracted one time. Similarly, in A and C, if we take this set A and C, this common region has been counted 2 times. So definitely we need to subtract it 1 time. And similarly, if we take B and C, then this common region has been counted 2 times in B also and in C also. So definitely we need to subtract it 1 time. But the important thing is we need to add this region. We need to add this region which is common in all 3. Why we are adding it? Because what we are doing is, if we are taking this set A, it means we are taking all this, we are taking this whole region. We are taking this whole region. Similarly, if you are taking this set B, we are taking this whole region. And similarly, if you are taking the set C, we are taking this whole region. It means what we are doing, we are adding this region 2 times, we are adding this region 2 times, and we are adding this region 2 times. So that's why we are subtracting 1 time. So accordingly, we need to get this region only 1 time. But what we are doing, if we are subtracting it, we are taking this region which is common in all 3. We are subtracting this region 3 times. So definitely we are subtracting this region. So definitely we need to add this region again to get all the elements of A, B and C. So that's why we are adding here the region which is there in all 3 common, that is A intersection B intersection C is the region which is there in all 3 sets. So that's why we are adding this region to get all the elements of A, B and. So these are some operations on sets. So now we'll see some question based on them. So now we'll first write down the question. So first question is in a group of 800 people, 550 can speak Hindi and 450 can speak English. So how many can speak both Hindi and English? So how to solve this question is, so in this question what is said is, it is said that there is a group of 800 people in which 550 are speaking Hindi and 450 are speaking English. So if we add this 550 and 450, what we'll get? We'll get 1000. But there are only 800 people. It means there is some region in both this Hindi speaking and English speaking sets. There is some region which is common, and that region has been counted 2 times. That's why we are getting the total sum as more than 800. Like suppose if we take this region which is having let's say this is the region which is having 2 sets. One is of Hindi speaking people and one is of English speaking people. Now what is said what is given in this is, let this region which is of Hindi speaking people, this is the region of English speaking peoples. Hindi speaking peoples are 550 and English speaking peoples are 450. So if we add them, we'll get 1000, but the total number of peoples are only 800 and we are getting the sum as 1000. Why we are getting the sum as 1000? Because this common region has been counted 2 times. This common region has been counted in Hindi also and in English also, because this 550 Hindi speaking people will contain this. If you are talking about the number of people speaking Hindi, then this 550 people of Hindi speaking will contain those people which can only speak Hindi plus the people which can speak both Hindi and English. It means this Hindi speaking number of Hindi speaking people or number of Hindi speaking people which are there given as 550, which are given as 550. This 550 will be equal to the number of only Hindi speaking people, number of people which speak only Hindi, plus the number of people which speak both Hindi and English. So this Hindi speaking people will contain both this region. This contains only Hindi speaking people also and the peoples which speak both Hindi and English. Similarly, if we take this number of people of English speaking, so there are 450 people which can speak English. This region contains number of people which can speak only English plus the number of people which can speak both Hindi and English. So it means this region is coming in both. So that's why we are getting the sum as more than 800. So it means we need to, that's why in the case of operations we have seen that is N of A union B. A union B means the people which are there in either A or B or in both. So in that case what we were doing, we were adding A and B, but we were subtracting A intersection B. Why we were subtracting A intersection B? Because this A intersection B part is adding 2 times, because this part is coming in A also, number of A, and coming, and this part is coming in B also, that is number of B. So that's why this part is coming 2 times. So we need to subtract it 1 time. So here also, if you see the number of Hindi speaking people, this region, that is which contains the people which speak both Hindi and English, is coming in the number of Hindi speaking people, and this region is also coming in number of English speaking people. So definitely we need to subtract it 1 time to get the number of people, which can speak both Hindi and English. So it means we need to use the formula, that is A union B is equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. So now number of A union B is given as 800. Number of A union B means people who can either from A or B or both, right? So here A and B denotes the Hindi and English speaking. So it means A union B here is the number of people which can speak Hindi or English or both. So those people's total number of peoples, it means the total number of peoples. The total number of peoples here are 800. Now the number of people of A, means number of people who can speak Hindi. We'll take it A as the Hindi speaking peoples and B as the English speaking peoples. So number of A means the number of people who can speak Hindi. So those peoples are given as 550 plus the number of people who can speak English. Those are given as 450. Minus, we don't know how many peoples are there which are common in both A and B, or which are common in both Hindi speaking and English speaking people. So we'll take it as N A intersection B. And we need to find out in this question N A intersection B, that is number of people who can speak both Hindi and English. It means we need to find out this thing in this question. So now we'll simplify it. So we'll get 800 is equal to 550 plus 450 will get 1000 minus N A intersection B. So now we'll take this A intersection B on the LHS side and 800 on the RHS side. So this will be taken in the RHS side and this will be taken in the LHS side. So we'll get N A intersection B is equal to 1000 minus 800. So we'll get 200. So it means there are 200 people who can who can speak both Hindi and English. So there are 200 people who can speak both Hindi and English. So accordingly, now if we need to find out the number of people who can speak only Hindi, we can easily find out. What we need to do? We need to subtract the number of people which can speak both Hindi and English from the number of people who can speak Hindi. Because the number of people who can speak Hindi will contain the people which can speak only Hindi plus people which can speak both Hindi and English. So if we need to find out the number of people who can speak only Hindi, what we need to do? We need to take the number of people, total number of people who can speak Hindi, that is 550, minus we need to subtract the people which can speak both Hindi and English, that is 200. So we'll get 350. So there are 350 people which can who are only speaking Hindi. Similarly, if we need to find out the number of people who can speak only English, so what we need to do? 450 minus 200. That is total number of people who can speak English minus the number of people who can speak both Hindi and English. So we'll get 250. So 350 and 250 we got as the number of people who can speak only Hindi and English. So now if we add these three things, again what we'll get? We'll get sum as 800, because this whole three region will give us the total number of people. Why? Because this 350 are the people who can speak only Hindi, 250 are the people which can speak only English, and 200 are the people which are speaking both Hindi and English. So if we add them, we'll get the total number of people, that is 800. So that's why we are getting as 800. So in this way we need to use these operations.